Go through it. Hi, good evening. I'm Lieutenant Simon Cheng. That's C-H-E-N-G with the Harris County Sheriff's Office Vehicular Crimes Division. Our accident investigators tonight are on the scene of a fatal crash at the intersection of the North Freeway, northbound service road, and Airtex Drive. This is in North Harris County. This crash was reported to us shortly before 7 p.m. on February 27th. This crash involved a total of 3 vehicles. Based on what our investigators can determine so far, this is looking at the evidence, and after interviewing some of the passengers and one witness, we believe that a Nissan Altima traveled northbound on the northbound North Freeway service road. And at the same time, a white Nissan Murano, small SUV, traveled eastbound on Airtex Drive under the main lanes of 45 North Freeway. We believe that the Nissan Altima driver did not stop at a red light or enter the intersection when the Nissan Murano had already occupied the intersection on a green light. And that caused the crash that caused the Nissan Murano and the Altima to rotate. The Nissan Murano also hit a signal light pole at the intersection, and the Nissan Altima ended up facing the southbound direction of travel. The vehicles also hit a stopped Nissan Maxima that was stopped facing westbound in the westbound lanes of Airtex Drive. That vehicle was occupied by an adult black male. He was a witness to the crash and gave us a statement. The driver of the Nissan Altima was an adult black female. She had no signs of impairment, but she was transported to the hospital for precautionary measures and gave us a statement at the hospital. The occupants of the Nissan Murano, there were a total of 6. There were 3 adults and 3 children. The ages provided to me are 7, 11, and 13. The decedent child, the 13-year-old, we believed was not in one of the seats. Because the seats were fully occupied by the 5 other passengers, we believe that he was in the area behind the second row. So as a result of the crash, unfortunately, he was ejected out of the Nissan Murano and ended up succumbing to his injuries on scene. The other decedent is an adult male. We believe that he was in the second row, so in the row behind the driver row on the passenger side. And he is identified as an adult black male. We don't know specific ages yet. Right now, the medical examiner is on scene, and we're waiting for our investigators to finish the scene investigation before we upright the Nissan Murano and find out more demographics on the decedent on scene. The other passengers of the Murano were all transported by ground also to hospital. That includes 2 adults and the 7-year-old and 11-year-old. And they're all listed in stable condition. The Nissan Altima driver is in stable condition, and the Nissan Maxima witness driver is still on scene and was not injured. So this crash is under investigation by the Vehicular Crimes Division of the Sheriff's Office. If anybody has any information, if anybody was in the area and saw any kind of causation factors, please let us know, 713-221-6000. Yes, absolutely, yeah.
The vehicle that was carrying the 6 passengers, is there going to be any charges to the driver that being unsafe, passengers that were not security?
Right now, it looks like everybody that was in a seat, we will look at their restraint usage. We know that there's possibly 2 adults inside the vehicle that probably did not have their seatbelt on. But if all the seats that had seatbelts were occupied, then there's no way for the 13-year-old to have a seatbelt in the rear. So she wouldn't be charged with that because all the seatbelts were taken. And that is also a fact in state law, that if all the seatbelts are taken, that we won't pursue any criminal citation against someone that doesn't have the ability to wear a seatbelt.
So just to be clear, how many people are the seats?
2, yes. An adult male and a 13-year-old male.
And they were traveling in different cars?
No, they were all in the same car, the eastbound Nissan Murano SUV. All right. Good. Okay, thank you all.